Let's talk about JK Dobbins. All
Daddy
right,
Dobbs.
year 2 for JK Dobbins. He was the RB24 in 2020. In 2021, he's being drafted as the RB19. That's ADP. He is currently going as a 31st player off the board. That means mid-third round, you're seeing JK Dobbins off the board. I personally find JK as one of the harder guys to evaluate going into this year.
Right.
You're a bit higher on JK than I am. He's my RB17. He's your RB14.
Correct.
Why are you higher on JK than me?
Once again, when I look into these guys and I look into their offense, I look at how their offense is ran and the opportunity that he's going to get. What do we know about the Ravens? They're run-first offense. Okay, I understand that all the reports coming out saying that they're going to throw the ball more, they're going to open up the playbook. They did draft Rashad Bateman. I still think JK is going to get the opportunity, and I think that people are also worried about Gus Edwards. I think that's also a conversation. You know, they re-signed Gus Edwards. He's going to have opportunity, but if they are going to go by that running back by committee route, let's look at the teams that have a running back by committee and are successful. Browns, Chubb and Hunt, watch the football team, Gibson and JD, and Coach JT and Naeem Hines. These guys, all those 6 guys finish in the top 15. I think outside of one guy, maybe Hines didn't finish top 15.
But there's a formula.
Exactly, and I think a lot of people are going to go that way, especially the Baltimore Ravens. So I'm not worried about this running back by committee, and I think there's also a strategy that you can do if you do go for J.K. Dobbins early, is that you want to secure that handcuff. You want to secure that backfield.
Right.
Kind of like a Travis Etienne and James Robinson when you're unsure of that role. I think if you go J.K. and then Gus later rounds, if you can't secure that, that's great. If you don't, I still believe J.K. is going to have perfect opportunity. And plus, we saw him flourish towards the end of the year because Mark Ingram was there.
Well, we did, but we also saw Gus Edwards flourish.
But
right?
J.K. was hurt. Really for one game.
Yeah, but then we saw Gus Edwards sign a new contract. There's 2 things that worry me. The first one's Gus Edwards, right? Obviously just signed that 2-year contract. J.K. Dobbins from weeks 8 to 17 was the RB11, which is great. In that same time frame, Gus Edwards was the RB20. So both of these guys are getting very similar amount of work in this offense. The second thing that really worries me is just the lack of involvement in the passing game for J.K. Dobbins. Lamar Jackson's the issue. Lamar Jackson's not a guy who, when he's in trouble, is going to look for a check down running back. When he's in trouble, he's going to use his legs, he's going to scramble, and he's going to try and make, plays with his athleticism. He's not a guy like Tom Brady. He's not a guy like a Justin Herbert or like a guy who's not as mobile, who's going to be looking, okay, I'm in trouble. There's the running back. Let's get it into his hands.
Right.
Last year, J.K. Dobbins averaged 1.6 targets per game. That's just targets, not even receptions.
But
that's not a trend that you want to rely on.
No, but I guess my counter would be, well, they're run first offense. Of course, they're not going to throw the ball. They didn't have anyone to throw the ball to.
Oh, we're talking PPR.
We are talking PPR, but I don't know. I still believe there's opportunity for JK, even though he does. I mean, Derrick Henry. You think about attempts then. If it's not
that's
receptions,
completely different because Derrick Henry doesn't have a Gus Edwards. He doesn't have a Lamar Jackson. Ryan Tannehill's not running the ball 20 times.
No, but
a game.
if people were like, well, Derrick Henry can't catch the ball, or if they don't give him the option to catch the ball, well, then what's next? His opportunity, his attempts of how many touches he can get as a running back.
JK doesn't get anywhere near the opportunities that Derrick Henry does.
Oh, no. And I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to compare that, but I think my argument will be he doesn't get the looks in catches and receptions, but he does get the attempts.
But he's got massive amounts of opportunity compared to J.K. Dobbins. So I don't know. Like, those are the 2 reasons why I'm worried about him.
Right.
I had to move him down in my rankings when we kind of started doing this series. I moved him down to my RB17. I have Aaron Jones ahead of him, Joe Mixon, DeAndre Swift. So if I'm on the board, I'm probably going to take all 3 of those running backs over J.K. Dobbins just because I know the guaranteed workload that they're going to get compared to J.K., and I know that they're going to be more involved in the passing game. I just want a guy who I know is going to get at least 2 to 3 options to catch the ball per game as a running back. I can't take someone that high who doesn't have that guarantee.
Well, with the report saying that they are going to open up the passing playbook, is that something that that could be an option?
That's great to say. There's so many reports that say so many different things right now, right? Like, oh, we love this guy. Oh, this guy's killing it in camp. Oh, we're going to try this. We're going to try. Yeah, sure. But what happens in the game? Lamar's going to be under pressure, and he's going to run the ball. Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch it.
You can also subscribe.
Right now.
If you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/fantasylandfam.